Hello everyone, this is Diane. I have spent quite a bit of time working on these covers, although I had selected an image for each cover in the first video. I didn't know what to do with it, what to add to it, and how I wanted to present each image. But I spent some time on it, and I think, well, I know, because they're done, the covers are done. So I think they turned out pretty cool. So this one actually says, "Keep cool." This is the lady with the bright smile and the cup of coffee. And I added this vintage, I think this was a pillowcase, and it's got a subtle plaid pattern, if you can see it there. And this is another pillowcase in here. And I added this fringe on the edge. And this is part of that scrapbook cardstock I was pulling, well, what the cover came from. Mid-Mod by Craftsmith, which I got at Michael's. I don't know if they still have it, probably not. And I have some pages ready. I don't know if I'll add more. I think it's 13 pages or so. So I'll just show you what kind of pages I used. Each journal has 2 pages from that Mid-Mod paper pads, and 3 pages of this colored lined paper, and I have a whole selection of different colors. So there's 3 different colors in each journal. This is a music manuscript paper, so it's something you can write on. This is a plain bonded stationery page. This is a thinner scrapbook paper. There's another one of those colored line pages. They are different shades. This is another stationery page. This came out of a binder, a vintage binder, and I just folded up the bottom so I can make a pocket out of it. And we have this weekly planner sheet. It came off a tablet of the same. Here's another of the cardstock Mid-Mod pages and a graph paper and the final colored lined paper. So they all have the same types of papers. The cardstock pages will have a different pattern on them, but that's what they all have. Here's the second one. She also has a cup of coffee and pretty red hair. And this came with the Mid-Mod kit also, or the paper pad, and it was a cut apart card, and it says, "Hey there, hip cat." And I put on this tan gingham on the edge. I don't have fabrics with 50s mid-modern 50s patterns, so I had to just kind of use generic patterns. And this is the same fringe, and on the inside I used this floral. This is a Kathy Holden fabric, and it was from her leather and lace collection. So this was supposed to look like embossed leather. But the color, and this was from the same set, so the colors match. And those are the patterned papers. And then this one, instead of using a pre-made quote from the kit, I stamped my own words, because look at her. She looks like she's saying, "Did I say that out loud?" So I stamped all of those letters with this set. And I got on clearance from Hobby Lobby, I think. And then I glued them, I cut them all out and then glued them to a brown cardstock and then cut them out again. She is glued to a blue cardstock and then a white. And this has a gray design on it. This is a different fringe. It's a more full fringe. I only had enough to do 2 journals with that one, but I had one piece that was the right size for this, and it's pretty plush. And on the inside I put this. I thought this looked like it could be a 50s shirt fabric, and it is a vintage fabric. So that's what I have so far. The covers are done and the pages are cut and included in the book. I probably, hopefully tonight, will glue some of my 50's images onto some cardstock, and I'll be able to cut them out while I watch TV and have them ready to make into pockets, cards, tags, whatever is needed. But for this video, what I want to do is use some of these stamps and make some modern mid-mod designs. I have some inks in front of me. So I'm just going to take out one of the plain white pages and I'm going to start with this stamp, and this is a Stampability stamp from Hobby Lobby from 2022. Pretty sure they don't have it anymore. So this is solid. I was thinking if I could stamp it and then color in each shape, but it's solid. It's going to be whatever color I stamp it. So I have done it before where I colored each section, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stamp it. What color do we have here? Yeah, I think this kind of goes with that. So it's terracotta tile, Stampin' Up! Ink. I could alternate with a green. I didn't stamp that on very straight. I guess the easiest way to do it is to clean it and stamp it instead of trying to leave a space. See what this color looks like. Yep, that looks good. Remember when I had a band-aid on my finger because I cut my finger with glass? It's a lot better, but it still hurts deep down. And when I touch it, if I use my finger with my thumb, press anything, it still hurts. And I just had to hurt it on the ink pad. I mean, it's not terrible, but you know, it still hurts. All right, so now what will I do on this side? I could do this stamp. And I'll use this green. It's a different green. I guess I'll use the same colors. So I'm going to use this green first and stamp it kind of randomly down the side. Then I'll use the darker color kind of overlap parts of it. There, that's cute. And I'll do that with each of the journals. I'll probably use blue and green more in this one. And I'll do some more stamping on this page. I'm going to use this darker brown. Doesn't have to go down the whole side. Okay, do I want to go across? Maybe we'll just go across. And do some little circles, maybe with this dark. Then I have these. There's this one has straight sides and this one has angled sides, and I like that. And it looks pretty dark and heavy because it's all filled in, but I can use a light color ink. And I'm going to open up this that I haven't even used yet. It's called Peach Pie. And then there's this little one. I could add a little bit more dark to it with that soft suede. And that's probably enough. I have one more plain white page, but I'll probably just glue something to it. So I will do all of that same stamping, probably with different colors in, like I said, like the bluish color one. But you don't need to watch me do that all again. So, where are we? Oh, we've just barely begun. So I'm going to pick out some images that I might want to use and start gluing them down. I pulled out some cardstock. I wonder where I put it. I went through my my vintage food binder or packet last night and picked out some images I could use, along with the ones we selected yesterday. So let's see. This looks like a happy family. Would make a cute little tuck spot. Wonder if it's too wide. Yeah. Oh well. I'll save that for something else, I guess. What did I do with all of those images that I selected? Is this all of them? She could make a nice tuck spot. I'll just glue her to the cardstock and then I can cut more closely around her. I have these that I definitely wanted to make into journaling cards, but I'm going to need to trim them a little more evenly. Maybe I'll just, cut out some tags and glue these to the tags. I'll just put one in each journal. Here's another one that would make a good tuck spot. I'm going to cut this out right now, and it will be cardstock showing behind her. I'm not going to cut the cardstock piece out. And the rest I can trim after I glue it. She's got the same kind of a pose. I don't know if it's the same lady. She's got a different hair color, but same look on her face. 3. Okay, I can cut those out tonight. I'm going to do something with these food advertisements. And that will definitely be too wide because my pages are only 4 inches wide. So I'll have to cut some of the ad off. I'm going to make this into a little journaling tag or card. And I can do the same with this one. I'm going to cut this part off in case I want to use it whole. Well, International Salt Company, Scranton, Pennsylvania. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was in Pennsylvania. In Scranton, a couple hours away from me. I've been there quite a few times in my life. Guess I'll just cut around these words. So then I'm going to cut around her. She's cute. And this company is from New Freedom, Pennsylvania. I don't know where New Freedom is. Never heard of that one. But A1 Sauce is Hartford, Connecticut. That would be small enough to fit on in a pocket. I'm cutting it 3 1/4 inches wide. can do the back of that later. That'll be a cute tag card. Here's what I'm thinking I want to do for the rest of the year with the weeks we have left. I want to finish these 3 journals, and they shouldn't take too long, being one signature journals that I'm not getting too complicated with. And for the rest of the time, I will focus on organizing in here instead of just doing a little bit at a time in between journal projects. I'll just clean it up and keep it clean while I organize. And I can bring you along on some of my organizing projects. I might do a little crafting here and there, whether on camera or not, I don't know. But it would probably be just making some ephemera ahead of time, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Or gluing in my glue books even. Oops. Let's see if I have any tabs that are different shapes than these, because I do have tab dies like this. I don't think I want that color. There's another orange one. I've got a lot of bread tabs in here. Here's a green one. I think that would go well with that blue and green cover. Put that on there. Look at that, is a fun tab shape. I'll just get out some of these tabs. I'm feeling a little bit inspired by Lehman's journal that I flipped through yesterday with you. This sort of tag with these different tag shapes. It would be fun to put bread tags on some of these 50s journals, wouldn't it? Let me see how this tag size would work on this. She's funny. Okay, so this is 3 1/4, right? Yep, 3 1/4 by 5, almost 5 3/4. I like her on this one. I had to get my 12 by 12 papers out because turns out I don't have a lot of yellow and orange cardstock. But I need to use this 12 by 12 paper too. 3 1/4. Almost 5 3/4. Now there's a lot of space up here. Oh, I can put these words on here. I can cut out sterling iodized salt and glue that there. I cut that wider. 3 1/4, not 3 3/4. That's cute. There's 2. They're so cute. I love those 50s ladies. I'm going to glue this one down. I feel like I need to put something in there, a little word. I could put the word serve in there because she's serving her food, but I don't want it to look like I'm calling her a servant. You know, I'm going to put it in there because it fits and it fits the picture. And it's from the same ad. Okay, and I will ink this tab when it's good and dry. I just need to trim her a little bit. And there we go. Got 3 cards ready and 3 ladies that can be tuck spots as soon as I get them cut out, or tags. I could use them as a journal card, you know, just tuck it in a pocket. Depends on what I end up doing with pockets. This one I will make another tag or a card, or use it as the tuck spot for this tag. I don't know, but I want to keep those 2 together if I can. So that's a pretty good start to my 50s ladies journals, and I'll be back with another video, and I will see you then. Hope you're having a creative day. Bye.